For those of you guys, if this is your first time here, my name is Rachel Wiggum. I'm an ambassador diamond with It Works Global. I open this up to all of It Works because I've accumulated some things over my 7 years. It'll be 7 years next month with It Works, and I want to give what I have. That's why I'm here. I'm not going to withhold it, and people need a place where they can heal, but also a place where they can get that straight up no chaser, and so that's what I'm here to give you on today, all right? So if your feelings get hurt real easy, you should probably mosey your way on off this Zoom, because I'm going to keep it 100. But if you want to be real, because I'm telling you, I'm going to be real, but I'm always sensitive to the fact that, just you decide. But nice to have you here. Welcome, everyone. If you're able to, come into the room with me. So I'm going to pray real quick. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we're just asking for your spirit to fill this meeting, go before me, and allow nothing to come out of my mouth that's not from you. So we just praise you in advance for that. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. All right, so I want to know how y'all month ended. Let's start there. How did your month end? I don't want to hear nothing bad, only positive. Cup is always half full. You shot yourself in the comments for one thing you did amazing. Like, what is one thing you did amazing? Did you promote? Were you consistent? Did you clean your house because your house was trifling? Like, what is one thing that you did? What is one thing that you did? Come on, Ruby. Yes. Yes. Come on, Diamond. Yeah! You did, Kendra. You've been killing it. Read a book. Yes, 15 cents the last day. Ooh, killing it. Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so proud. Come on, Sharona. I'm proud of you. Went Ruby. Yes, Kahaya. Woo woo. Yes. Brittany, congratulations on reloading. Raise your commission. You better get some coins. Have more volume. Yes. High five, loyals. Yes. High 2DT. Yes. 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 Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. That's so awesome. My phone on do not disturb. I'm so proud of you guys. So proud of you guys. Okay? So I got a subject. Keep shouting yourselves out like y'all the bomb. Y'all legit. Shout it out. Be proud of what you did. But now I got a subject for y'all. Y'all ready? My topic for tonight is It's You, Boo. That is my subject for tonight. It's you, boo. Like, legit. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It ain't the business. It ain't your team. It ain't the products. It ain't shipping. It's you. It's you, boo. It's you. I want to hear what somebody has to say about that before I jump into that. Who will be brave tonight?
I'm going to be brave tonight. That is 100% true. Uh-oh, did I mute myself?
No, you're fine. We can hear you.
That's 100% true. Uh-oh. A lot of times we like to look around and point the finger and all this other stuff, but when pointing, guess what's pointing back? It's all us. If we take away all the other factors and what's going on, and we actually just lay on the balance. Okay, honey, get them on off. But that's exactly what it is. It's a lack of us doing what it is that we need to. And I'm gonna personally speak for myself. When I was doing what I needed to do, when I was doing the things, following up with my upline, sending out my messages, following up, keeping a list, doing all the things that I was told to do instead of hoarding all of this information and not using it. When I was doing all that stuff, my business was booming. When I stopped doing the things, when I like, okay, she ain't doing it, she ain't doing it. When I started making it about other people and other things, that's when it started to fall apart. So just in life in general, when you look at yourself instead of blaming somebody else, you have aha moments like, okay, maybe I did say this the wrong way. Maybe my delivery was this, even though she said that. Maybe, look back at myself. Maybe it was something that I did or said that could have gone differently. That would have changed the whole trajectory of the thing. So instead of looking at this and looking at that, look at yourself and see what it is that you're not doing. And I'm just talking to myself here, but it's you, legit. It's you. It ain't nobody else, because you are in charge of your life. Nobody controls your life but you. If you set out to reach goals, if you say that you're going to do something and you actually work at it, there's no one that can stop you from doing what it is that you set yourself out to do, because it's a decision that you make up in your mind. And no matter what somebody says, no matter what obstacles come your way, you're going to figure out a way. Well, there's a will, there's a way. You're going to figure it out. But until you decide, it's going to be everything and everybody else. And that's that.
Period. Who else got something?
I was talking to my distributor yesterday, and it's funny because we were just talking about how it's me and not nobody else. And she was like, whenever I work my business, if I start my day off and say, I'm going to get 3 distributors or I'm going to get 6 customers, if she start with a happy intention, it always works out that way. But if she gets up and she's ignoring her messages, she really don't want to respond to people, she's doing it here and there, she always have a bad day. And she's like, Brittany, I just need to get away. I need to get from in front of myself, because I'm stopping myself. Whenever I'm in a good mood, I get tons of customers and distributors. Whenever I wake up crappy, it never goes that good.
So true. Who else? Somebody else got something they want to say?
I want to add to that. So I've been in this business for 4 years. And one thing that I think really stuck with me is I texted you this morning, Rachel, about like, hey, like I'm not getting a lot of bites on my host to post. And so guys, if something's technically not working, like you have to ask your upline, like, hey, what are you doing? It's on me. It's on me to ask, like on me to reach out, on me to get help. Don't be expecting your uplines to do all that things. Like you're in charge of your own success. You're in charge of, what you want to do. Exactly. It's a pride thing. I thought, oh, well, I'm bothering them, or they don't have time for me, or I should know this. I've been in this for 4 years. I should know what I'm doing. But guys, I mean, you're responsible for it. So, it's helping everybody if you ask for help. So that's my big thing.
So good. Anybody else?
I have something. Tuesday morning, as soon as I woke up, God very, very loudly and very clearly told me to pray for Ashley Mayfield. And I wasn't really sure what he meant exactly for it, so I was just obedient. But in the middle of it, he told me, he just said the word podcast. And I was like, okay. So I went to YouTube, and her most recent video is called Stop Stopping Yourself. And if y'all have not watched it, I mean, I immediately sent it to Renee and Marion. I think we've all listened to it multiple times, but she literally talks about that very same thing, about how we have got to get out of our own way, how we have got to stop making excuses. And, she was saying like, yes, there's life happening, but a lot of us are stopping for very minor things. And the only thing that's going to really keep you pushing is your own personal vision. And then 2, the responsibility that you have to everybody else. So when you stop, God is giving you a team of people and a following that if you are not being responsible and you quit, you are going to be held accountable for what you did with that lack of responsibility. So it was definitely a blessing to me. She hit me all upside my head. But so if you have not listened to it, she did it, I think, last Thursday. It's called Stop Stopping Yourself. Go listen to it.
I want to say something. I know y'all can't see me on my side. Shanice. So yeah, like you said, it's me. Okay, so I started going back to work Monday, and like I said, I was disappointed in myself because like, dang, I was really wanting to not have to go to work, and I was like, I know this is gonna slow me down because it did before. Now I'm not gonna get customers. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. But it's like, okay, I had to sit and think like, this job really not stopping me. Like I worked a full-time job and been successful. I went diamond when I was working a full-time job. It's like all in my head. Like I stopped myself and negative self-talk. Like I stopped myself and like, not believing in myself and things like that. But like every day, like doing personal development, spiritual development, I'm like, okay, I can do this. Like why can't I do this? Like, it's just like whatever I choose to do, whatever I put my mind to, I can do it. And I've been doing it and I've been, still maintaining. So it's all in your head. It's me.
Rachel, can I add something
to that?
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go. Kahaya, go.
I do want to add to that. Definitely self-sabotage is so real. It's so real. It's something I have battled with my whole life. But it takes a decision. You have to make that decision daily. And for me, sometimes I have to make that decision hourly to not sabotage myself. When I do the things that everybody else is doing, which is what y'all teach us to do, I get results. When I decide to be like, oh, I'm down on myself, one person didn't answer my message, so now I'm mad at everybody, and I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing, it shows, and I don't get results from it. So it's up to us to make that decision. I'm not going to get down on myself. I'm not going to have a negative mind. I'm not going to like she said, I go to work, I'll go like 2 or 3 times a week. And I have some bad days at work and it's all on me. When I come home, I can say, forget about all that just happened at work. Let me get into my business because this business is going to replace that job eventually. But I have to decide to do what I'm supposed to do and not let what happened at work ruin the rest of my day.
Oh, okay, I'm jumping in. So one of the things I just want to share, and it's been with me 2 things all week, and I think we even talked about it last week, is let no unwholesome thing come out of your mouth. And, I had to be very careful with that when you're putting up the post and no one's responding and everything. But even outside of that, the one thing that has really stayed with me this week is respect the gift. This business is a gift that God has given us, and we should be treating it with respect due to the gift that he gave us, because it can branch into so many things, not just for us, but we gift it out to other people when we share it. It's just like sharing the gospel. I mean, we don't know who's going to take it, but we share it with everybody anyway, right? And so when I think about respecting the gift, I'm just like, you know what? I am not giving what I asked him for. I asked for an outlet to be able to earn money. He gifted that to me, and then I'm not respecting what he gave me by doing the things that I need to do every single week. So just within my time this week, that's just been all over me.
Anybody else? Y'all preacher? Y'all done learn a little something.
Rachel.
Yeah, go ahead, girlfriend.
I was thinking earlier, a little while before this call, I was thinking about the same thing, how I wasn't really getting some likes or comments on some of my hosted posts. And I remember thinking, okay, well, I'm not gonna talk myself out of this. I'm not gonna count myself out, because as you know, I was in the business before for 4 years, and I left because I counted myself out. I started with the negative self-talk. I started with, okay, this isn't working. The people around me are promoting to diamond and double diamond, and I'm still stuck at emerald, and my team is falling apart. I had all of these reasons why this business was not working for me, and I allowed it to push me out, and I, just closed my account, and that was it. But tonight, when I started to see myself doing that, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be the one that counts myself out this time. I'm just as capable. I know how to work the business. I have the gift of gab because I'm always running my mouth. So I know that I can make this work, but I have to believe in myself. And that's where I fell short the last time. So even with not getting comments, I just have to keep going, have to keep adding people, have to keep talking to people. And it's eventually the work that you put out, everything that you put out is going to come back to you. So even if you're not seeing it today, you're going to see it. It's going to manifest. So I'm just not counting myself out this time. So I just wanted to say that.
Yes. Anybody else? I feel like there's one more person.
I have something to say. So I have been in the business almost 2 years now. And at first I wasn't applying myself, always self-doubting, really, really hard, not believing in myself. Like she said, the gift of gabs, I have that. I can talk all day about something. Like, so I know I have it. I know I'm a people person and all that. So then I'm like, okay, well, let me give me a journal, because I know I keep a lot of stuff in. I keep a lot of stuff bottled up. It's so easy for me to pour out to others. And, you know, with releasing all that to others, I'm wore out. I'm exhausted, because I'm not getting it poured back in just from anybody, you know, but from myself. And then sometimes it's hard to encourage yourself, you know, no matter how much people say it, sometimes it's hard to encourage yourself. And so at first it was a little discouraging, because like I said, I've been almost in the business almost 2 years, and I feel like, okay, why am I not promoting? Like, what is going on? Like, you know, now, you know, I show up faithfully. I do my host post. I'm praying. I'm Joy, please be still. You know, I'm doing my spiritual development. Like, what is going on? So I just started being just so faithful. And, you know, somebody don't comment on the post, there's another one I could post. Eventually someone's going to comment. But now it's like, okay, my inbox is jumping. I'm talking to more people that I ever talked to. I remember you, Rachel, said that, you know, you talk to 100 people a day. So I'm like, let me increase the people I talk to. And it's like, now, okay, I'm stuck at like, okay, like, what's going on now? Like, my inbox jumping. I know I'm talking to people now, and it's like I'm at a standstill. And it's, you know how you want something so bad, like you just want it so bad. And it's really to prove to myself that I can do it. You know, I'm not a quitter, and, you know, and I would never give up. But it's like, I'm doing better, but now I'm stuck. Like,
That's good. That was actually a great segue to go in. Thank you for sharing that. So that's a great segue to go into what we're going to talk about tonight. That was awesome, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, for real, y'all legit. So that's good, because number one, the system works. Like, for real, if it's not broke, what you fixing is not broke. You have to work the system and understand that if people don't bite for the system, it's so crazy. I think when I was 9 months pregnant, I was on the bus with Carrie. Carrie was pregnant too. She was behind me. I think she's like 2 months. Her baby 2, 3 months younger than Zaire. But anyways, she was behind me, and she was like, listen, if people don't want these products, I'd be like, God bless, and I delete them. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I was like, God bless. Delete. Like, on to the next person. But now that my friends list is constantly at 5,000, I get it. Like, God bless. Like, you cannot hold the spot on. I only have room for 5,000. Now, if you're on Instagram, you got a whole bunch. They can just unfollow you. I mean, you can unfollow them. But on Facebook, like, my spots are limited. Like, I don't have a lot of room here. And so for me, all of the posts that I was posting, all of the things that I was stealing from other leaders, especially on the up and coming, I didn't believe them. So here's the thing. Like, you know how somebody be like, I got 1 spot left for mentorship this month. How many spots of mentorship do you allow? Do you have the amount of people that you can effectively work with in order to push forward? When you say you're hiring for a Ruby spot, do you have a Ruby spot open on your chart, or are you not even looking at a chart to have a Ruby spot open? That's why when it comes behind it, you like, oh, I got 1 spot left on my team. You ain't even got a spot because you ain't even looking at the next chart. You steady looking at a Ruby chart that you got dead. Look, this is somebody I talked to about this today. You got dead people on that chart. They talked about that at conference. Take them off so God can fill them. But I want to talk to y'all about this. So I signed 3 loyal customers today, guys. Every single last one of them got the skinny mocha. And today I had a mental challenge in between. So I got 3 loyals and 1 skinny brew sample. So I want to prove something to y'all, right? So 3 loyals and skinny brew sample. So for the skinny brew sample, everybody who throws up a post thank them and tell them that they can try Skinny Brew for 15. It's an automatic thing. It's like an automatic response. What I found myself doing, and if you're getting up 10 hosted posts a day, you're at least asking telling 10 people that they can get the Skinny Brew samples for $15. So you should really do at least one Skinny Brew sale a day, right? Then for the Skinny Mocha, if you got Mocha Dream, for the Mocha Dream add-on, if you're not doing this, you're crazy. And I don't know if somebody has it, but I can hop on and drop it in the comments. But there is a upsell for Mocha Dream where I just simply say, oh my God, here's something popped up for you. I send them a screenshot of it and I say, if you want it, you can have it. And every one of them has said yes. Every last one of them. Let me see if I can send it to somebody. Hold on. I'll send it to Sharona so she dropping it in the comments. So the Skinny Brew one. Okay, I'm gonna read it to y'all. It says, so I send them, so this is if I place their order. Because I tell them, like, hey, I'll place it for you. Like, I'm placing orders now, I'll place yours for you. And they'd be like, yeah, here's my information. And so if I place it for them, I send them a screenshot and I say, oh my God, do you want this? You unlocked a special deal with your order. It's a one-time add-on and a one-time price. It's a bag of the fat-burning coffee and a bag of the chocolate super greens on the go. The combo for $55 is the Skinny Mocha I use and talk about it. I said, figured out to ask since it's a sweet deal. Don't want you to miss it. Didn't want you to miss it. That's all I said. And they tell me yes or no. But here's the brain fart that I had, okay? Be honest. And I want to help y'all overcome this tonight because I overcame it today. The brain fart that I had was, man, they don't want this. Like, or man, all these people, like they already spending $100. Like they don't want this add-on. I'm like, why are you thinking so small? And it just take me back. I think I said it on my team meeting. I might have said it on here. I think I said it on my team meeting. Like, bro, people out here, yep, I said it on my team meeting. I said, people out here wearing Versace and they don't get their teeth done. Like, your teeth you ain't been to the dentist, but you got Versace. People will spend money on what they want to spend money on. So why are you counting their coins? It's a deal. And I was just thinking back, like, I would be pissed. This is why I always offer the Skinny Mocha. If I had a deal at checkout to get, like, a deal and you didn't ask me, I'm going to be pissed. Like, how do you know I didn't want to add that on? How do you know I didn't want that hand sanitizer for $10? You don't get to decide for me. And so I was like, why would I not offer them the Skinny Brew for $15? Skinny Brew is light. Every person, no, they don't drink. Let them tell me they don't drink coffee. But what happens is you get enough objections, and then it's like, well, I don't want to hear no more objections, so I'm going to stop asking. Wrong. Can anybody relate to that? Me, I'm just going to be honest. But like, I ain't asked for that upsell. Ain't nobody say yes to it all day. Wrong. Then y'all signed 3 loyal customers with the Mocha Dream. Hopped on the phone with my loyal customer who had already ordered 3 products. And she said, girl, them smoothies you make every single day, me and my mom going to try it. She said, well, maybe me and my mom going to split it. I said, you better get this sale right now because it's going back to regular price on Monday. And she was like, you right. And what you take for energy? And I told her Skinny Brew and then energy, the keto energy, the B12. She said, okay, well, I don't drink coffee. I need the probiotics too. Don't you take those every day? And then she was like, okay, wait, hold on. And don't she said, so what do you do for energy? Okay, add on that energy. I want them pixie sticks too. Yeah, she just ordered from me. And just ordered over $200 worth of product. But it wasn't until I decided that I want to pick my money, just like Miriam said, like my stuff is worth spending money on. I don't know about you, but it's worth me spending money on. So I want to hear what y'all have to say about that.
Okay, now that I'm actually present, I could say stuff now. So I actually
I started, especially with these host to post trainings, it's literally been life for me. And I had to realize, like, I got to stop being so scared, like all gas, no brakes. Like, I got to stop being scared of stuff. So I've been taking advantage of talking to people. Like when I have them host a post, I would use some of the stuff I'm learning. Like, oh, okay, you know what? I don't want to leave you out. I know you hosting this post about this product, but I don't want to leave you out either. So do you want information too? And I signed 3 customers just simply based off giving them the information, and they were hosting the post. And I'm like, why wasn't I doing this before? Like where have my antennas been? I guess I didn't have them on. And it took for me to really realize that I was being scared. Like I was just dipping my toe in the water. I was too scared to jump, thinking I didn't know how to swim or something. And I got more consistent with everything. Like I noticed once I got more consistent with me journaling about stuff, everything else started manifesting. I was like, I don't know what dinged off what it was. And I think it was after I talked to you and I read the book. I'm finished with that book now too. The book, yes, this is the first book I finished in 2022. But I sat there and I'm like, okay, so I'm not missing out anybody. And as well as me telling them that, I had 2 girls that host the post, and I literally had traction, like crazy traction. And I had to write it down like, oh, I need to talk to them about the business. And I talked to one girl and she instantly said, oh, I tried selling before. I said, girl, I don't know how to sell nothing. I just use my products and people want to know what I'm using. I said, I share stuff. So I'm an only child, but I don't have only child syndrome when it comes to these products. And she instantly was like, let me talk to my husband. I'm going to get back to you. I said, okay, girl, I'm going to be sitting here waiting. So I had to realize, like, don't be scared about stuff. Like, if I wasn't scared to jump in and I'm not scared to ask y'all to host a post, I shouldn't be scared to share with y'all what I know is going to change our life. So.
Proud of you. What book did you read?
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. There we go. Yep. Atomic Habits. Go ahead. Whoever. Was somebody else gonna say something? Yes. Congratulations. That's so good. Now, okay, I got something to say about that. But anybody else have anything else to say?
I wanted to say something. Hey guys. So you're absolutely right, Rachel. Last night I actually I did a live video using our skincare products a few days ago, and a lady messaged me on Messenger saying oh my God, she needs skincare products and all that stuff. So I was like, we have the package, this is what the price is, but I highly recommend you gotta add on our Dr. Nassif illuminating facial pads. Boom. She did not want the hair, skin, and nails because she had just ordered hair, skin, and nails. I was like, okay, let me put another package for you. Did the pick 2 on the radiance and the pads, and then just added everything else on there. She was like, okay, $170 order, y'all. She just ordered like that.
I'm telling you, y'all, the lack mentality that we have, I don't know, maybe our parents like screwed us up. Like only one, oh, you can't get that, oh, that costs too much. Like they messed us up. I don't know, your mama maybe let you get everything you wanted, but my mama didn't. So it jacked us up. Like we have a lack mentality. Like we really do. We think it's crazy. And so right now I'm inviting you to take those limitations off and decide that the cup is always half full. And if people talk about, and if you hear people saying that costs too much or something like that, and you offer the business and they don't want to take it, delete them and move on. I'm telling you, do not keep them on your timeline. Do not keep them on your friends list for where you're going. And that's the question, where are you going? For where you're going, like you gotta put yourself in a position to where you think of more. You cannot keep thinking, like I don't know who I told. I don't know who I'm talking to. But I was like, how many people on here who've been in the business at least 6 months only use one product? Anybody? So why y'all be recommending one product when y'all talk to people? Like for real? Cause y'all bogus? Are you bogus? Like, cause you're low key like a bogus. That's like false advertisement. It's like you're coming and saying, hey, you can have skin like this. with just cleanser, with refresh. You're lying. I don't just use a refresh. Like, why are you doing that? Stop saying, well, I don't want them to say no to me. Like, no. And if people get quiet, then I might say, okay, you can start with one if you want to, but I let them decide that first. You know, I had a girl today, she was like, I might need to take off one thing. That's fine, but I'm going to recommend everything that you need. And that's like going to the doctor's office. Kid you not. It's like going to the doctor's office and the doctor like, all right, so I'm diagnosing you with this, but I'm only going to recommend one medication, but you really need 5 to feel better. I'm like, bro, you got to go. Like, I'm not coming back to your office. Right? That's how y'all acting, real janky. And so I had to check myself, like, you acting janky. Like, Rachel, people not gonna get your results with one product. They're just not. If you trying to look like me, I use about 10 products a day. So you either we can start you on one and gradually go forward. What's so crazy? I'm gonna have to show y'all a picture of my grandma before she started using. My grandma's 70-something. Don't judge me. She's 70-something. And she uses It Works products. I'm getting her a compliance approved picture. I'm doing it. She probably gonna tell me no, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So my grandma's been using these products for almost 7 years. Yeah, if y'all see my grandma 7 years ago and now, crazy results. And my grandma don't live without her greens. Like, you can't tell her nothing. She drink her coffee. And then, so when people be like, my health, I be like, no, absolutely not. My grandma's old age and she loves her products, like absolutely loves them, takes them every day. They actually help her be healthy, or she wouldn't take them, because my grandma's a health nut now after she had cancer. Cancer survivor using the products, right? Crazy. So I'm gonna show y'all some pictures, but this is the next thing that I want to tell y'all, because this is good when you have a good day. But what happens when the bad day comes? How do you remain consistent? And this is where, I was praying about this today, was the boundaries. If you don't have boundaries, it reminds me of what you shared in the beginning, Brittany. If you don't have boundaries, you have to have set time. You have to treat this business as if it's a job. And when I say that, I say job because most people, when you think job, you think of structure, because that's the only structure you've had in your life. If I say entrepreneur, you don't get it, because an entrepreneur has to become. And that's hard when you don't have any guidance and you don't know what you're doing. You can't sit at the computer all day. You're gonna not want to work tomorrow. You can't. You have something to say? No. All right. So let's see. So let's talk about that. Who got something to say about that?
I got something to say. No, I'm talking on the thing.
Hey, girl,
Hi guys, my name's Michelle. So for me, and me and Rachel are probably going to talk about this more tomorrow, but what I've noticed, and I think this is why it took me so long to get in there, because I signed in December. I'm cooking burgers, y'all, I'm sorry. But so me sporadically doing this business throughout the day was not helping me at all. And I find myself doing that now. So, and my husband will say, dang, you always on the phone? You always in somebody's messenger? So to attest to what you're saying, I just need to figure out a better time to do it straight. Because I think you told me this before. Quality is better than doing it quantity. So quality time better than quantity.
So I wanted to say something about the what were we talking about before this? I just forgot. Oh, the upsell, and then I want to say something about consistency. So with upsell, it will hurt your business if you don't do it. I remember I will sign like 15 customers a month and I will only sell them hair, skin, and nails. And that can't even fill a 400 box. So I would get so frustrated. I worked so hard all month, got all these customers, and nothing happened in my business because really it just didn't go nowhere because there's no value. It's nothing. It's just the hair, skin, and nails. It's about 20 something BV. And so last month and the month before, I stopped with just one product and I've been upselling like crazy. And like Rachel said, like, once I put up a host of posts for the Thermofite X, yes, that's what they came in my inbox for, but I'm going to show them before and after and say, yes, we did use the Thermofite X, but we used way more than the Thermofite X. And if you want to get real, long-lasting, fast results, then I would suggest you go with the entire pack. For any reason you can't afford it, you can take off whatever product doesn't fit your budget, and we could work from there. So that's what I have to say about upselling. And then when consistency, you have to make sure that you're being consistent in everything that we're supposed to do, because then you'll find yourself just being consistent in one thing, like, oh my God, host the post is popping. I'm just going to be consistent in that right now. And then you forget the follow-up. You forget everything else that's going on in your business that needs that undivided attention as much as host the post do. So with consistency, just make sure you're being consistent with everything on the list and not just one thing.
Yeah. It's so, go ahead, Kamisha.
I just one quick tip. In my host a post, because I know that we're typically targeting one product, what I started doing before I even get into the product is I just simply ask them, hey, tell me about your journey. So if it's a TFX, tell me about your weight journey. Or if it's hair, tell me about your hair journey. And people have been so open. I mean, people started sending me pictures of what their hair looks like. And so if we just give them an opportunity to talk, they will tell you exactly what they need. And then the upsell doesn't become like something you're pressured to do because you're saying, okay, well, you told me this, 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 and this. You've allowed them to tell you what the problem is. And now you tell them how it works is going to be the solution to that problem.
That is so good. That's so good. I'll make sure that nobody else have. That is good. We got somebody on here who shared a script with me about that. She has some, we had an old quad. She created a new quad. And she has questions that she asked beforehand. It's like 4 questions and they're real short, like just short, but they allow her to upsell this pack. Like it's really awesome. I love it. If you're not asking though, Kahaya asks, Kamisha, are you still using the take 2 pills a day? Are you doing the TFX app?
Sorry, I was trying to get off mute. No, actually, I talk to Marion and Renee a lot, and we've just been talking about the fact that with the company really pushing host a post, everybody's getting the same posts. And so we've been just kind of talking about rewording posts. And so I've been just trying to get creative and really just talk about what it does or talk about something that's going to catch their attention. Like I can't remember the exact wording. Like I did a cleanse and I said something about Salt and Pepper said, push it. So like if you need a gut flusher to push these toxins out, just things like that. Because what's going to happen is if everybody is using the 2 pills a day with the company blowing up and everybody using host to post, you're going to get people who are seeing the exact same thing all the time. And that's going to turn people off. So I've just been really intentional about rewording and just making it fit me, but then also trying to make it to where it's not the same as anybody else.
That's good. But I do have a different perspective for you. Have you seen the same commercial more than once?
Yes.
Did you sometimes, the first commercial won't make you go buy Domino's, but the second one will.
True.
So that's good though. I think that you should, but I love that. I love that. But just know that it will still work regardless, because some people saw it the first time and didn't get on there, but they saw it the second time and they was like, oh, it's my chance. Because it's not like it says my friend or anything, right? So possibly, but so just open up your perspective. So instead of having a lack mentality, because the world is really not that small. Because I know I had times like, oh, somebody else can see it. Be like, no, they have 5,000 friends. So probably 10 saw it. And then 10 more will see it my time, and they're all going to comment, and they're going to be working good. So just open up your mindset on that. Always have that abundance mindset. But I love that I did switch up my cleanse one too. So yeah, make up a new one. What would grab you? What will pull you in? But I do like having them post a question opposed to them saying my friend. That works much better for me. I love that. Yes. So, okay, yep. Yes. Yes, I love that. So here's the thing. I want to talk to y'all about utilizing your schedule. Because, Michelle, that's kind of what you were talking about. If you don't have a schedule, that's a problem. I'm going to give you guys an example. So as a mental health case manager, I had appointments that I had to book every single day. Okay, every day I had to book appointments. If I didn't have my schedule, I would be lost. I wouldn't know where my windows are. I wouldn't know when I had a doctor's appointment. I wouldn't know how far I had in terms of time to travel, because I would even schedule in my travel time, because sometimes it would take 30 minutes to get somewhere. Sometimes my kids were out in Kirkwood, which is an hour away from my house. So I had different time frames, and I had everything set down to a T all the way until I was going home, right? That is what you should be doing for your business and for your life. So if you have not started to schedule your business, that's why you're working your life by chance. That's why you're working your business in windows. And here's the thing, if you want to work, if you have somebody, or if it's you who is working your business in windows, schedule the window. Don't just say, oh, if I have time today. No, schedule it. If you're going to do a 15-minute window of working, schedule a 15-minute window. You have to schedule it, seriously, or you will. I mean, that was my life. My whole first run, it was, you always on your phone? Get off your phone. You never breathe. You never have no other type of life. But now with 3 kids, that's not possible. That's not fun. And it's to the point where when you have your workspace, I think we talked about that. When you have your workspace, leave your phone where your workspace is. Don't let your phone leave your workspace. So if you have a set time that you're working your business, leave it there. And then come back and so then you're checking your phone when you're actually in your workspace. It'll change everything. But yes, I remember I was asking somebody today, I was like, all right, so what's for dinner tonight? You should have, if y'all all, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just gonna be completely honest, and then I'll open it up for y'all to share about this, but I have been resisting this for years. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been resisting it. I was like, just certain people do that type of stuff, okay? Certain people schedule their meals. Certain people, I don't know. My kids didn't even have bedtimes at one point in life. It was just it's time to go to bed. When he got older, it was like, okay, no, we got to set time that you going to bed, because I can't do this. Even with Zayden, help Jesus. Zaire done gave himself his own bedtime because he'd be tired. But here's the thing. I was resisting it. I was like, why do I have to write everything down? I got to schedule, but it's down to schedule your date night. That if it's important to you, it needs to be on your schedule. Why? This business will consume you, okay? It will completely pull you in to where you won't stop until you win. It'll be like, well, shoot, I got to send 10 more customers because I ain't signed no little customers today. And so, no, I didn't hit my 10 hosting posts. Oh, if you didn't hit your 10 hosting posts and your time is up, tomorrow you got to try harder and actually utilize the time that you have, because you should have been at 10 hosting posts up. But maybe today you were scrolling. And so tomorrow you won't scroll. You'll get them 10 hosting posts up because you want to make sure you actually work your window, your real window. If you're doing this full time, set 2-hour spans. And I'm not going to say that listen, this morning I had a 2-hour span, and I probably stayed out there for 3.5 hours, and then came back and worked another 2 hours that ended up being another 3 hours. So, it's not perfection, but you have to do it, y'all. You schedule everything. Yes, schedule lunch, schedule time outside with the kids, put your workout on your schedule. If you're going to take a 30-minute walk, and then even give yourself time to transition. Give yourself a 10, 15-minute time in between the transition. So What y'all got about that?
Woo child. Okay. So I took the entire first day of May to get my calendar in order. Like getting my calendar so down to the point where it puts the time where I have to take my son to school. Like it's real. And I had to put in there like close for business at a certain time because I know me, like once I get started, I will not stop, especially if I feel like I'm in the zone. And I had to put like bath times in there. I took the time to, after I went grocery shopping, did my meal plan for the week. Cause I'm like, if I don't have it in order, something as far as like what I'm gonna eat, that could just turn into something healthy into Burger King drive-through. Like, and I'm not trying to do that. So I set office hours. Like since I did that, and I used to do it. Like in undergrad, I used to do it all the time. I would put all my assignments in my planner. Like it was second nature for me. So I don't know why it was so difficult for me to do it with this, but since I've done that, I feel like everything is easier. Like my phone would ding and I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm done. Let me walk away. I even scheduled dance party in my phone because dancing makes me happy. So I'd be outside in the backyard just dancing. The people be cutting the grass looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't even care because that's my time.
Okay. So for me, it was in the beginning, I've only been a part of It Works for about 3 months. So in the beginning, it was very overwhelming because I was working part-time in school and then trying to find time for the business. So I would literally just be working like all day, moving, working, kids, Vanna, her gymnastics, like just moving all day. And then Rachel was like, well, get a planner, schedule it. And that has like literally changed my life. So like, you know, I literally have my hourly calendar. I have everything planned out. I have my time broken up. And for me, and I'm a routine person. So for me to have that schedule and have it scheduled, and then like I was able to even put in there in the notes, like this is what I'm working on during this time. It has changed my whole life. I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed now because at first I felt like I was just being buried, but my calendar has changed my whole life.
Hey y'all, so I just gotta be honest. I have to build up that muscle. It's easy for me, like when Rachel set out the calendars to go ahead and write that stuff. I was like, okay, last month I was like, okay, you know what? I'm about to get my life together. I bought an hourly calendar finally after 3 years in the business, and I bought it and it just sat on my table. And I now like I said, when Rachel put out the calendars, it's easy for me to write that stuff down. What I struggle with is scheduling. Like I sit down, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at this time, I'm gonna cook dinner at this time, or I'm gonna eat lunch at this time or whatever. But then I overthink everything. And I start overthinking like, okay, what if I'm not done with this by this time? Then my whole schedule gonna be off or whatever. So I guess it's just something like I just have to do it. Like I said, if it's already set there, it's easy for me to follow it. But when I have to like set it myself, I like get all overwhelmed. So that's something that I'm like working on doing. Cause I like write it down and scratch it out, then I feel bad and all this. So yeah, I'm working on that.
I think there was a time like before I grew in my business where I thought it was value in being able to be a person who can multitask. And I finally learned that multitasking means that nothing is getting 100% of me. And it's even one of those quotes like, oh, that's like a gift of a woman to be able to multitask. But really the gift comes with me being able to focus on what I'm doing at that time. So what I'm doing at that time could get 100% of me. Because if I'm trying to cook dinner and send a message, right, neither one of them are getting 100% of me. I'm gonna burn something or I'm gonna send this lady a typo. So, you know, when I learned that it actually, where I'm trying to wash dishes and I'm trying to make a post or whatever, you know, there were times where I thought that that's good, you know, like I can, you know, especially with, I can work my business and do this, but I just found that, you know, I was more efficient if I say, you know, if I could just sit here and cook dinner, it probably just would take 30 minutes and I'm not gonna have to start over because I ain't gonna burn this rice, right? And then when I'm done, then I can do that. And so I learned that there was more value in me focusing on what I'm doing at the moment and not so much focusing on multitasking, because that means nothing in my life is getting 100% of me and I'm expecting it to give 100% back to me. So if I wanted to give me 100%, I have to be willing to give it 100%. So that was something I had to learn, and it helped me a lot.
So I was
One
reading the 5-second rule, and so she said it was a part in the book, and she was saying that you need to set office hours because it makes you more intentional with your time, and you're not lollygagging as much because you only have a set amount of hours to work. So like when Rachel was saying, like if you didn't get your your 10 host post up a day, it's probably because you don't got no set hours and you just like scrolling and doing everything, any and everything, because you got all day. So you have to set your office hours, and it really, for me this time around, it's really been helpful. The first time that I was really running and doing big things in my business, I burnt myself out really bad. And so because I didn't have any boundaries, like it was just from sun up to sundown, sitting at my kitchen table, sitting at my computer, because she said it is consuming, it will draw you in. It's like, I gotta get a win, I gotta get a win. And so I burnt myself out, and it was hard for me to recharge. And so you don't want to do that. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And so when you don't have business hours, it can make it seem like that. Oh, and the Sabbath is not enough, because I was like, I'll just work really hard all 6 days and then I'll rest on the 7th. No, you need business hours.
You're on mute.
I see, thanks. That's so good. I want you guys, if you do block time, like if you work your hours in blocks, go ahead and drop it in the comments for the question. I'm gonna tell you this, I do not use my Sabbath to plan. My Sabbath is to rest, not to plan my week. Nope, that's working. No, but today is Monday, so I will plan my week for the rest of the week. Whoa. Crazy. But no, I do not. My Sabbath is to rest and to rest only. Nope, I do not. Nope. No. There's nothing else to say about that. No, like I completely, and Shanice, if you're attached to your phone, like my day off and putting my phone, first of all, I got 2 phones. Y'all know that, one for plug, one for low. But one of them turns off completely. Y'all judging me. One of them I turn off completely. The other one I just use for pictures for the day, and I correspond with family on that day. So that's it. Like for my day off. My mom and them know to call Breon if they want to talk to me, because they probably gonna get me on my phone because I completely detached myself from my phone. I know I've been taking days off for maybe about almost 2 years now, but it is 2 years. It's 2 years this month. Oh my God, yeah, I just changed my whole life. Y'all don't even understand. Taking off days changed my whole life, y'all. And I remember when I first did it, it was such a process. When I first did it, I was like, when I listened to Michael Todd Take a Day Off, I felt so convicted that I ran straight upstairs and I told Breon, I said, look, bruh, I'm not finna be like the children of Israel up in captivity for 70 years. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Like, I'm not doing it. And so it was like, we gotta take a day off. And then I was like, okay, well, I could have my phone, just turn my phone on, do not disturb. But then the messages would come through and they would give me anxiety. It would be like, oh my God, I gotta reply. That was the beginning, right? It was like, oh my God, like, wow. And then I was like, okay, well, Rachel, log out. Okay, duh. So I log out of my social media every day, so I'm not getting, every Sabbath, so I don't get my notifications. And then it was like, okay, well, if I have an iPhone, it might come to my other phone, but it's my day off, so I can't answer. Like, I'm not in the office. Like, that phone it's not coming to me, essentially. Like, it's not even opened up. I leave it on unread if it actually comes to that phone due to it being an iPhone and it going across systems. So you have to. And then it was like, why constantly reminding myself for maybe the first 2-3 months, every day off, I would start my day off with watching Pastor Todd. because I needed to remind myself why I'm doing this. And I tell people, like, if you don't know why you're taking a day off, stop taking it off. Don't do it just because we said do it. I'm serious. If you're doing that now, like, stop. You don't even know why you're doing it. So of course you have no idea what to do on the day. Of course you feel lost and confused. Like, watch it. Sit down and watch it with your family. Watch it with your kids. Y'all, and I'm gonna end with this. In all honesty, y'all, I know y'all see Cammie talking about the Sabbath now. Y'all, Cammie would not take a day off. Like, she just would not do it. And when you've been equipped for so long to work. Okay, when you've been equipped to do that for so long, like, it's like your brain is wired. And that's why every day off, and now she's real about it. She don't even be answering my text messages on her day off. Like, I'll be like, okay, she got kids, and she'd be like, my phone was, and I get it, because she gets a million text messages, and she not finna, like, look through and see which one's from family. She completely puts it to the side. And so you got to remind yourself of why you're doing this. And setting these boundaries is so important. So look in the comments. Hopefully some people put in there some blocks. I know for me, I'm actually, in knowing that it's circumstantial, not concrete. Set a schedule for this week. Work with it. If it don't work, switch it up next week. Not on Wednesday. Switch it up next week. Try it for a week. If that schedule doesn't work for you, try it next week. I know I had to tell my team I don't do 9 p.m. power hours anymore. Why? Because I'm in the 5 a.m. club. What I look like staying up? Because if you work till 10, I still got to wind down, right? Like, no, I'll be on at 6 a.m. And even then, I don't get on till 6:30 because I need an hour and a half with Jesus. Because look, that's my partner. Look, we need some time, okay? So I get on at 6:30. So, like, what are your boundaries and what works for you? But if you won't ever create boundaries and try them out, at least at a week at a time, you'll never figure it out. And so I'm just going to charge out today to create some boundaries for this next week. I'm going to charge you today that every day you say, no, babe, it's you, boo. Like, it's you, boo. Like, it's you. Nobody else but you. And check yourself. Put yourself in the right mindset. If you need to move away from family and friends and people that you really value their opinion in order to build your business, then do it. Do it. Because you're allowing what other people think and the things that you've placed on yourself or have been placed on you, because some things that we learned in childhood, we didn't necessarily pick them, but it was how we were raised. And so let me tell you something right now. It does not matter how you were raised. You get to decide. You decide. And I think that was big for me because I have 3 boys. And I get to decide what life they have. I get to decide the morals and values of my family. It's of my family. If my kids grow up jacked up, it's my fault. Because I didn't decide to break the things off that I had been raised with my whole life because I wasn't brave enough to say, no, we don't cuss in front of our kids. No, we don't yell at each other in front of our kids. No, like, we get to decide these things. And so we have smoothie time. They know our health is important to us. They see their parents working out every day. We travel. Like, we go on planes 4 or 5 times, 6 times a year. And I'm sad because of quarantine. We do these type of things. We go to Florida every year. Like, this is the norms that I'm deciding for my family. And so today you get to decide, but you have to dig in. Stop making excuses for yourself. Somebody need to drop the thing by Ashley Mayfield. All of us need to listen to it before next week. Actually, we can just go to, actually, don't even drop it because y'all need to be self-sufficient. And so we self-sufficient in this place. You better go to Google or YouTube, type in Ashley Mayfield, find her last podcast. Like, we need to be self-sufficient and stop handicapping people. So you guys are awesome. I'm going to pray because Keisha told us we got 1 minute. So we're going to pray real quick and we're going to get off here. I'm going to see y'all next week. Dear Heavenly Father, we are grateful for you. Oh my God, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And thank you for everyone who shared. God, thank you for those who are willing to open up and just share what they're learning. God, for being brave and even shifting their perspective to see things from a different side. God, I just feel you breaking down the walls, God, like never before, God, and giving us the ability, even now after hopping off of here, to just pick up our journal and just jotting down what we felt tonight. tonight, what we felt tonight, how we were feeling, and the things that may be coming up because you want to free us. Oh, yes, the things that may be coming up because you want to free us. And so, God, as you turn on the light you're turning on the light within us, God. I'm just praying that you just bring healing like never before. So we just praise you. We're praying over a heart of abundance, a heart of boundaries, and just going forth throughout this week to just make it great. So God, I just praise you and I love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.